So here we got the beans. They're actually one of the hardest things that I'm growing this year. They have the most enemies, it seems. I'll show you the few defenses that we came up with that, tend to work, but we still had a number of losses, and then we just replant because they're beans. They're a 2-season crop, whereas most things, a tomato, you only get one plant a season, but you can actually plant these beans early. Halfway through July or August, you can plant them again, and they're only, I think, 60 days to harvest. So first we have the copper tubing along the bottom. It's right here. And goes all the way around the whole garden. It's got to be brushed up nice and shiny. What it stops the snails and slugs as they walk, and they come up and over. Once they get to here and they try and cross this, the copper actually reacts with them and they get a mild shock. Not enough to kill them or anything, but enough for them to know not to go over that. It's like an electric fence. So they come up to it, touch it, try and get over it, come over here, try and get over, and they decide to just walk away. Snails are the worst. Here's a good example of one of the plants. When the plant looks like this is when the snails are coming. It's still touching the ground. It's nice and wet from the dew overnight. They come at night before the sun comes out, so the wetter they are. Here's another one right here. That's the ones that they want because they're still close to the ground. They're still wet. Once they get to this guy here, the snail's not interested in it. In fact, once they get to this, it's chipmunks almost that you're more worried about. Chipmunks will eat this one too. What they like is the bean has the seed is really big. It's a bean, and it's tasty. It's been soaked for a few days so it will germinate, and now all the wildlife wants it. So this is actually in one of the places where we lost one. This is what it should look like now. It's been almost 3 weeks since I planted them. They're looking good, but we had some losses, so we just replanted right away. These guys will probably catch up. This guy's only a day ahead of this guy, he's just bounced up a little sooner. We also had some serious heat. I was telling you in other videos. It's 38 degrees with the humidity. So it was just too much. The plants were wilting, touching the ground, and the ground's hot as well. So what we did was we just, built really simple plywood top, 2x2 or 2x4, just scrap wood bottom. 4 legs, piece of plywood, 4 legs, piece of plywood, and all that does is it allows the morning sun, as you can see here, to hit the plants, and then the noonday sun to be blocked, and then the afternoon sun on the far side. I'm actually going to take these off today. The humidity broke, and it's only, 19 degrees here this morning, which is still really hot for May. But, it's none of this 38 degrees, 42 degrees. The little baby plants can't handle that in the middle of May. So I'm actually going to pull these tables off today. We like to keep the copper in until, they're nice and big. There's no chance of the snails wanting to eat it. Another thing we might do, we have a whole lot of these cans. They're just what we would plant a tomato in or a cucumber to start them. We start the beans, these guys here, outside in the soil, but a lot of things get planted inside in one of these or on the deck in one of these. And so another thing that we tend to do is we find one of these guys just touching the ground. We'll take this and put it over it. Now we have a whole bunch of the cans, so we can just guarantee their safety. Nothing can get in there. A chipmunk, a snail, or a cat. It's another good one. So they go all the way down for 30 feet, 3 rows. First row, second row, and third row. Alright, I'll let you see these when they're a little bit bigger.